Okay, one more time. All right. I'm April White.
And I'm Christopher Tompkins.
And you're on the line with the Hype Busters.
Welcome. Ready for some real talk on strategic communications?
You're in the right place.
Well, welcome everybody to another episode of Hype Busters.
Are you pretending not to remember the name of our show?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
Because I'm just being me. You know what I mean? Sometimes Chris just gotta be Chris. Birds gotta fly, fish gotta sing, or whatever the hell it is.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a very weird welcome.
Well, hey, welcome everybody. There's April and it's Chris. How you doing?
Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been really great. The one thing that's really funny is that I didn't know. Well, maybe it's not funny. Who cares? You be the judge. I didn't remember it was June. I didn't remember it was summer.
What did you think it was?
I don't know when I thought it was. Spring kind of like out summer so fast that I didn't know it was coming. It was like spring had the runs. And it's like I didn't know that I was going to be like shot directly into like the warm heart of summer because in Florida,
I really hope
like,
nobody here is eating and listening to the podcast. This is terrible.
Oh, and if you are, hopefully it's a manwich. But you know, no, but like spring and summer, like it's like I'm walking Olive, and I was walking around, and all of our neighbors are extremely conversational at 7:30 in the morning when I'm walking her, sweating my ass off, and they're just like, "Oh, she must be so warm," because she's a furry dog, and she doesn't. Right. The long hair actually aerates her, so she keeps cooler and insulates her. And so I'm talking to them about that, and I'm just like, "God, I can't believe it got warm so quickly." And they're, "Well, Chris, it is like almost mid-June." And I'm like, "Mid-June? Damn! Like I need to wake up and live my life." I had no idea. So, and literally, I'm like,
you're definitely working too hard.
I have to be. I'm looking at my DVR, and I'm like, why are none of my shows on here? Because it's hiatus. It's summer hiatus. Like none of my shows are in season. So
summer just happened while you were asleep.
Yeah, I woke up, and it's like whole new world and shit. So anyway, I was very shocked by the announcement of summer. I was late to the game, many weeks late, but I'm now looking at only a month and a half to our RV trip, which I'm really looking forward to.
Ooh, that's exciting.
So we're gonna go. Basically, we're gonna make our way to Vermont over a series of days. We're gonna stop in like Tennessee. We're gonna stop in Pittsburgh. We're gonna stop in Massachusetts. Then end up in Vermont. Stay there for a little while, and then on our way back, hit Boston, DC, and Savannah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I've never done a RV trip of that length. And also I've never had Olive out amongst people in cities because there's not a real major city here. I mean, there's city-esque things here, but they're all it's fairly small. I mean, Tampa is like a drive-through. I mean, it's downtown Tampa is not like a metropolitan universe. Like it's
not compared to Williams.
Oh my God, that is actually Metropolis. For people that didn't know, the Metropolis and the Superman comic books was modeled after Williams.
Wait, is that true? No.
Let me check factor crap on my phone.
You made me laugh so hard I hit my teeth on the microphone.
Oh my God. See? Chris, listen to Hype Busters. So funny, you'll bust your teeth out of your mouth. How's this week? How's the past week been for you? You obviously know it's summer.
Good. Well, I had, I think I told you that it was a very, very busy week in my teeny itty bitty town of Williams because it was the car show. And so people from all over came and brought their super old fixed up Nito cars.
Oh, like a car cruise, yeah.
And then they parked them along, the whole street. Everything's blocked off. You could barely drive through. It was like traffic of Times Square walking around. It was insane. And everyone was parked in little camping chairs along the sidewalk for blocks, right? To watch all the cars go by and sit by their cars and answer questions and blah, blah, blah. So I worked at my store this weekend knowing it was going to be insane. And I had somebody that decided to camp right outside my door who also decided that drinking alcohol profusely from 9 a.m. on was definitely the way the day was gonna go. And so by about 1 o'clock, every time a car came by that he liked, he's like, "Wow! Oh yeah!" Like it was like this like
Mm.
horrible, horrible screaming. And then he would scream every time he heard some music down the street that he liked, just random phrases. So suddenly it'd be like, "Sweet home Alabama," like just out of nowhere. I had to work in the store and I have this in the background. So I decided to blare Ani DeFranco and some other girl music to try to drown him out and also make him a little bit angry. So maybe he would leave, but it didn't work.
It didn't work. Annie didn't
Didn't work.
anger him enough. It just fed his anger.
I don't know that it fed his anger. I just think he was so drunk he was oblivious.
He didn't know. Yeah.
I don't think it even occurred to him. I think his awareness of anything but himself was just nil. It's completely missing.
Well, just to feel like a kinship to this gentleman, one year, it was probably about 10 years ago, maybe more. I was making Thanksgiving dinner, and I love the Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade. I like watching it just as part of tradition. So I taped it and I watched it later, and it was an extremely stressful family year that year. And I was drinking a little bit too much to cope with it throughout the meal at the end. So at the very end, I was watching the Macy's parade like that guy. Snoopy! Look at Snoopy! Look at Snoopy! Oh my God! Demi Lovato singing. What's the song? Summer, summer, summer. Yeah. That, I feel a kingship. And poor Dale was just like, he's like, is this how we're supposed to? Because it's like, is this how we're supposed to be watching this? I'm
Oh
like,
my god.
happening. Did you actually get some business out of it, or is everyone
Yeah, it was busy.
good?
It was really busy.
Good.
Yeah. No, so it all, it evened out the experience. But yeah, boy, I was very happy when he did not park there again on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. I don't. Maybe he didn't. Did he make it on Saturday?
Probably not.
Yeah. Say maybe
Prob
not.
No, I don't know where he ended up. In a gutter somewhere, probably.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Why not? He's probably dead. See him on a newsflash.
All right, enough of our morose reality. So the first story on our list is about
Yes.
Meta once again.
Yeah. And that's in our breaking news section starting now.
Facing a large fine for breaching children's privacy on Instagram. Whoops. So Faith
Like
Chris is
Meta
hating.
Instagram slipped on a banana or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so so
Woo!
Meta platforms. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta recompose here.
Please,
Face
please, come on. I want to hear the rest of the story from the
Okay,
Irish
okay.
Times.
So Meta well, I can't do it in an Irish accent unless you want to.
Don't do that. I think that would be completely racist.
Okay. Okay. So Meta Platforms is facing a potentially large fine for violating children's privacy on its Instagram service, months after the company set aside hundreds of millions of euro to cover the cost of regulatory inquiries. And so the proposed fine from the Irish data regulator, Helen Dixon, is the first relating to breaches of children's data rights in a cross-border investigation since she took on the pan-European powers in 2018 to enforce the EU's new privacy regime. I'm trying to figure out what exactly they did in regards to children.
Oh, this is kind of what they're trying to do is they're trying to add more privacy into content sharing as well as the accounts. Kind of think about it in terms. They mentioned this later in this article. It's not at the top of the article; it's at the bottom of the article, and it's
Racist.
GDPR. And GDPR it was like the big
I
movement for
see.
email privacy. And that was like a major, major move that they made in Europe that actually kind of carried over to the rest of the world in
Mhm.
some way, shape, or form. Because before you used to be able to just grab an email list from freaking anywhere and email, no problem, and you wouldn't have any issues. But now there's lots of regulation. So those regulations, as they were successful, are now being put over into social media, and they are deciding to focus on the kids first, which I don't think is a bad idea.
No, it seems to make sense. But I this is interesting. It's the first. Probably means that they'll be able to correct this and then get it right across the board, hopefully, so there's not more of these infractions.
Yeah, and I this obviously because if they hit Instagram, it's going to go into WhatsApp, it's going to go into Facebook because they're all
Mhm.
Facebook entities or Meta
Yep.
entities, whatever the hell we're calling it today. And then So I feel like this is all good stuff. I think that this is a
Yeah.
really good thing, and I think that it's nice to see that the I don't know if Irish people would want to be called European, but the Irish community especially are kind of going for well, no, because some people get really offended when you lump them into Europe, England especially, but these guys are making much bigger waves in certain areas than we are in North America. So it's good to see.
Yep. And it looks like concerns of the processing of certain personal data of children, in particular relating to the operation by children of business accounts. Okay. I think I understand roughly what was going on.
Well, I'm glad that you do. And now that you know that learning is power, and it's one to grow on. So next up is one of
Apple.
a big story for you.
Yeah, I guess so. So Apple's iOS 16 offers mixed blessings for marketers.
Oh, I'm a marketer too.
Yep. Apple this week unveiled its next generation of software for its devices, including changes that will affect the way marketers interact with consumers on mobile. The tech giant previewed the coming updates to the software for devices, including the iPhone, at its Worldwide Developers Conference. There had been speculation that Apple would use the yearly event as an occasion to introduce a wearable device, a headset for viewing augmented reality imagery. The company for years has touted the promise of AR tech to transform how people interact with their physical surroundings and with each other. Instead, the only hardware on display were new versions of its MacBook laptops powered by its faster M2 chip. More consequential for marketers are changes to the iPhone's lock screen, new services for Apple Pay, more privacy restrictions, and tweaks to add breaks and video streams that people co-watch and share play. Whew! I mean, this is quite a bummer from a PR perspective for them to not have. I mean, but it also shows that you can't PR things that aren't notable, right?
Yeah.
So they're out there making these plays for okay, this is new services for Apple Pay and iPhone's lock screen. Like those are not innovative enough to be actual news stories, right? And
Uh-huh.
so what they're showing is that you actually have to be innovating and doing something amazing to be press worthy, even if you're Apple. Even Apple.
Even
Like,
Apple doesn't get their shit together. And you know
yeah.
what's really interesting though? I saw something that was better than this, and I'm surprised that it doesn't really mention it in this article, is the Apple credit cards. I was seeing them and retargeting ads that were being served to me for some reason. I don't know. I must have bought a Mac recently for the company or the agency or something, and it's like literally Apple branded credit card. So I don't know if it's some sort of what I'm guessing is it's tied to it's kind of like if you ever got a Target card, you can get a Target card and the Target card's a debit, it's tied to your debit account, not
Mm-mm.
to your bank account, if that
Yeah.
makes sense, or whatever. So you can't use it like everywhere. You have to use it at Target and it's just as a debit card with bonuses and stuff. And I think that the Apple one's the same deal. But I don't know. I find like all of the stuff in this article in this release very much like
Yeah,
okay.
it's pretty boring. But yeah, I what I do think is interesting is a lot of times you say, okay, if you're a big company, everything you do is newsworthy. And I think they just proved that that's not true.
Yeah. It's a pretty
It's a little
lame iOS
it's
16
it's also a
update.
little alarming for Apple. It's like, what are they doing?
They're doing something
Like,
that I'm not fully aware of because I stopped trying to follow some news for a little bit because I'm so behind on many projects. But their new MacBook's coming out and there's a big release on it. There's something big
hmm,
that's happening with that. There's a big upgrade. Of course, I'm going to buy one, but like it's I don't know what it's going to be.
but you have to have it anyway.
Well, I want it because the current MacBook that I have a MacBook Pro, and I think it's not this series, is the series before. Will burn a hole through my leg if I work on it for more than an hour. Like literally, right now, I'm surprised I don't smell like plastic sizzling. It's
Really?
so hot.
Huh. Yeah, that's not what you want on your lap.
No, exactly. It's going to render me
I love that
infertile.
you're
I'm
actually
trying for
using your
children.
laptop on your lap. Like
Yeah,
as
exactly.
God intended.
Yeah, that's what God.
Most of us don't do that.
So the next story that we have is one that April was really enthusiastic about, but I'll take, which was Amazon's newest ads team is Facebook's worst nightmare. Whoa. Okay, how long do we think it was going to take for Amazon to figure out how to do advertising in a way that was attractive to advertisers? The number one thing that happens with clients that I deal with that have products are that they think about Facebook ads before they think about Amazon ads. And the reason why is because they feel like Amazon ads are going to be way too expensive because Amazon takes so much of the percentage of the sale of their products already. So they're thinking, "Oh, I'll do Facebook ads and then I'll drive traffic to my own website and sell my own product and I'll be a millionaire." Amazon still has more power than you, dude. So it's going to take a lot of money to get there.
Mm.
So the barrier of entry, I think, is pretty high. But now the e-commerce giant is starting a new local ads division that could be a boon to small businesses and a blow to competitors, if you will. Not my words. Um, but Amazon's burgeoning ad business is already ranking in tens of millions of dollars annually. And it looks like the numbers are about to get bigger. The e commerce giant has begun quietly hiring for roles in a newly created local ads team, a move that would likely rankle some of its biggest competitors, Facebook, Google. So this is a big undertaking for Amazon because I
Mm.
do feel like the learning curve is a little steep for their ad platform.
Mhm.
It's a little different than what the social media ads are like, but these are going to Amazon says it's going to target smaller local advertisers with this new department that they're creating around ads, and it's Amazon's move to court the millions of small businesses that are still standing on shaky ground in the post pandemic. And it's also a shot to blow their competitors out of the water like Facebook and Google. So they're trying to get this local ads team to help local businesses and small businesses really kind of up their ante and up their game and survive, but also take all of the money that they'd be invested into Facebook ads and Google ads to them.
Hmm.
And these local businesses do spend a lot of money in those two lanes. I mean, and Google ads are not cheap, and Facebook ads are not cheap if you want lots of results. So yeah, have you ever had a client that was advertising on Amazon or asked you about Amazon advertising, April?
I'm sure that we've had them advertising on it. Usually they don't ask us. It's a little bit outside of our current wheelhouse, although we're working to change that by adding those services. So it could happen. It hasn't yet.
It's something that I've started adding into my conversations with clients because
Nice.
they are well. The thing is this: I think that if you're going to be selling products, hype busting time. If you want to sell products, Facebook is not going to be the only hole that you want to like plant your seeds into. You have to do more than that. Like, and here's the thing: if you're advertising on Facebook, you should never advertise your listings on Amazon on Facebook. That's like the worst thing that you can do because the traffic that Facebook sends tends to be unqualified some of the time. So people bounce off of your listing on Amazon really quickly, which shows Amazon that no one gives a shit about you. So they
Mm.
start moving you down in the results. So that's a bad move. So a lot of companies to circumvent that will do either a holding page to get the information to send them through to the Amazon via email or to sell something directly on their own site. The problem is they get to the site and then what they do is they copy and paste the title of the product, go to Amazon, paste it into the window, and then it gets there tomorrow and it's $10 cheaper.
Hmm.
So it's a problem. So what they're doing here is they're saying, hey, if that's the case, they're already going to buy with us. Here, we'll help
Right.
you. We'll help you out a little bit. I think it's a good move. I don't want everything
Yeah.
on Amazon now.
Yeah. No, it's a little spooky.
It's like the movie Wally,
Um
award-winning movie Wally that April actually has a
Wally.
wow. And you have that you still do you still have that Wally tattoo?
I don't have any tattoos.
Oh, okay. Thought you did. Um, I was cheap or something. I can't remember. But okay.
Okay.
So
Shall we move on to point counterpoint?
absolutely. What do you want to cover first?
Dark social. What
Mm,
what every PR professional needs to know.
yep. Dark social, just for people that aren't familiar with it, it's kind of like Baywatch nights. I'll just leave that there. So,
It's not true.
everyone, you can go to your IMDb and figure that out.
So, PR News says, dark social. Don't worry that you're unfamiliar with that term. You're not alone. However, research shows that most PR content is shared and talked about with dark social channels. We just can't see it. On the other hand, dark social's lack of visibility should not deter PR pros' interest in it. Platforms like Meta, Twitter, Pinterest, and Reddit share data relating to how people are engaging with content. They're, quote, open social platforms. In contrast, Dark social channels withhold such information. Activity occurs behind closed doors, often amongst carefully curated groups of friends, families, and colleagues. For example, if you shared or received content via WhatsApp, Slack, WeChat, LinkedIn messages, or Meta Messenger, you have used a dark social platform. And don't forget email and text messaging. You probably also used a dark social platform in the last 30 minutes. So, anyway, they go on to say the opportunity for PR is that basically, we've long accepted the appearance of media coverage as the beginning of a story, not the end. And that PR is adept at tracking reaction across social media under the impression that they're seeing the full picture, but they're
Mm.
not. So that's interesting. So they're trying to say that there's, a way of figuring this out. I'm not quite sure how you're going to track dark social, but it is interesting to think about that. Yeah, of course there are things happening that aren't visible. Not quite sure. Yeah, there's no solution given about how we track that.
Let me wrap this into kind of like let's take it back 30 years. This is like water cooler talk. This is
Yeah.
conversations behind closed doors. This is secrets. This is one-on-one conversations. This is just a bunch of bull. I don't know. I don't. Like. What the am I supposed to do with this? Like, I'm going to create a shadow account and I'm going to follow your WhatsApp and I'm going to friend you. Hi, my name's Juanita. Nice voice, nice face. I mean, like, what? So we have to catfish people to get it? Is this what they want? Do I have to call Neve and the team from MTV? I mean, like, give me a break. This is. I hate this story. I hate it. I
Tell us
hate
how
it.
you really feel, Chris.
No, I hate it because it's like no shit, but there's no, you
Yeah.
can't do everything. I mean,
No,
come on,
this is
even
I mean, you know what this reads as is like, okay, cool. We're going to just start telling people that there's more, we're going to use this as a metric that you can't measure, but just as another talking point, right? For
Mhm.
when you're trying to convince clients of the power of PR, it's like, well, it also feeds into dark social.
Oh god,
But you can't track it because it's dark.
oh
But
god. Well, there's a metric to kind of close a deal. Hey, also, this is going to cross over to dark social. We won't know any of the numbers, but you will feel it.
you can just assume, that the impact is greater than what you're seeing because it's on dark social for
It's
years to
kind of
come.
like what the lunch ladies are talking about, what the people at the Chamber of Commerce are having after they close the doors. Like, what does that conversation look like? Oh, if I could just hack into that conversation, I'd be on the lead of the chamber.
Oh my
Like, it's like God. You don't have to
god.
get deeper levels of things and try to. I mean, and also, dark here is obviously meaning that it's not public, right? But
Right. They make it sound like it's on the dark web, though. It's funny.
yeah, that's why I think it's bull. 'Cause it's kind of like
Right.
wrapping something around that people have a negative connotation with
Right.
something that everybody uses on a daily basis to throw doubt on their use of the platforms. I don't know. I don't like it. Still, PR News, if you would like to be a sponsor, we're accepting a DM any sponsorship opportunities to hypebusters@hypebusters.org. Hey,
So wait, what's our point counterpoint here? Basically, I think we both kind of agreed, but
oh,
yeah,
well, no, you think that there's advantages to this for a PR professional?
you could use it to your advantage. I think it would be in poor taste, but you could.
Yeah, and I think if I had an invisibility cloak, I could use that to my advantage too. This is not. It's not a real deal, McNeil. So I that's my counterpoint.
All
Um,
right.
okay,
Let's look at the next one.
okay. Parents are suing Meta, alleging teen daughter's eating
It's
disorders.
Meta. Meta.
Oh, Meta,
Meta.
Meta,
Now you're doing like Noonie and
Meta,
Noonie. Noonie? Noonie.
Nooner,
Noonie.
Noonie.
You remember that skit
From what
from
is that?
from SNL? It's like the couple and they're Noonie and Noonie, and
Oh,
they keep and
oh,
they
yeah,
get really angry that their names are mispronounced, and they're like, "No, I'm Noonie and
yeah.
he's Noonie," and it's like so they can never get it right.
Well, that's how I feel about this
Meta,
Meta.
it's Meta.
It's alleging its parents sue Meta, alleging teen daughter's eating disorder stemmed from Instagram addiction.
Oof, that's rough.
So, without reading this fully, what do you think about this as a headline?
It's definitely just clickbait.
Yes.
It's clickbait, and it worked. I mean, I will say I can definitely imagine as a former teenager who had an eating disorder.
Hmm.
If I have been raised with Instagram, I definitely think it would have contributed to that.
I agree. I also don't feel like eating disorders are only on the views of other people and measuring up. I think sometimes a lot of times there's other impetuses that are,
100%. It's not
yeah.
just that.
And I think
You
that,
can't just blame it on that.
and I think that you had, if you were comparing, if it was comparative eating disorder that you had, or body dysmorphia or whatever, and you were looking at Instagram, it could be you can then I could sue Teen Magazine. I could sue Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition. I can sue Vogue. I could sue the models. I could sue. You know what I mean? It's like you can sue
Yeah.
anybody because these are all things that are out there and available. So I don't think that you can sue them for that. I think that this is. I don't know. What do you think about that?
My concern, yes, I think it's a bad precedent to set. It's not taking responsibility for yourself and your own child.
Mhm.
I don't understand as a parent of a 13-year-old why you would let her name become national news that will live with her forever. So from every moment forward, anybody Googles Alexis Spence, they're gonna find out she was the teenager whose parents sued King Meta
Dude, f***ing matter.
as like
Oops.
not a big fan of Meta.
Oh, I know.
And then all of a sudden it's in USA Today, right?
Mhm.
Which is where the story is, and then it's going to be everywhere. And so all of a sudden you're the parent that did that to your child. Is that responsible? I don't know. I wouldn't want to be that teenager that every job interview from now on that I'm
Uh-uh.
anybody Googles me, I'm that girl. It's terrible. Because then it also makes you look litigious by extension, even though you're just the daughter.
Yeah, and
Mm.
they were also put her on Good Morning America as well.
Seems like a play to get attention, but for what? Right? Are they what I'm wondering is, are they the puppets of some kind of nonprofit, or they like what would possess somebody to do this?
Being paid. Um,
That's what I'm thinking, but who's
mhm.
paying them? That's why I
Yeah, I
said,
would.
is it a nonprofit? Is it somebody going after Meta?
mm, it could be that. It could be someone going after Meta, and
This is where our conspiracy theories come in.
yeah. Um,
Hmm.
Personally, I think that it's extremely irresponsible of the parents to do this. I agree
I
with
do
you.
too.
I think it's because it's true, and also someone that is fragile to this level, that is having this issue by blowing her up her spot so that everyone knows that she has this disorder. Not everyone is going to be like, "Oh, honey, baby, baby, baby." They'll start like teasing her and bullying her
Of
and
course.
pigeonholing her. I mean, it's like grown-ups grow up and they forget that they were children.
And how hard it was.
Yeah, it was
It's
pain.
hard.
It was a pain in the.
Yeah.
I mean, thank God I was so attractive because it was such a hard. I'm kidding. I was gorgeous, but so yeah, parent, you guys are jerks. The point in the counterpoint is that you're a jerk, and I think you're more of a jerk.
Okay. Let's move on to Twitter and my boyfriend
Oh
Elon
my
Musk.
God, we have to have you cover this story. This is so important that you cover this, April. For you folks who didn't know, April, it had like, you know how like when someone says they don't really like somebody, well, April really doesn't care for the muster, and Elon Musk.
That's not exactly true.
Well, this is why. You see, and if you're looking behind her, you see a door. One day that door opened, and I saw inside of it. And do you ever see those murder shrines that people do? She has a murder shrine for Elon Musk in that.
I do not
She
do
won't open that
not.
door and prove me wrong. But I will tell you, yeah, it's true. But no, no, we don't need to like share that with the authorities or anything. She's not going to do anything. She's in Williams, but although there was a little bit of rage associated with her
Our
and
show guy.
Manny DeFranco car cruise drunk guy.
I'm not a pretty girl. That is not what I do. I'm no damsel in distress. All right, we can move on. So,
Good.
Twitter to provide Musk with its full fire hose of tweets.
Yeah.
Did you say yuck?
No, it says like Twitter to provide Musk, and then it's like with its full fire hose. It's just like taken separately. This is a very gross type headline.
Okay. So, Twitter and Elon Musk saga is moving to the next uncomfortable stage, with Twitter now planning to provide Musk's team with its full fire hose of tweets in order to let Musk determine for himself the amount of fake and bot profiles in the app. Earlier this week, Musk's legal team filed an official statement with the SEC in which they explained that Musk will not go through with his $44 billion takeover of the company if Twitter is unable to provide evidence to support its claim that fake accounts and bots make up just 5% of its active user base. The Musk team asserts that it's critical information because Twitter relies on its reach data to maximize its core ad business. And if a significant proportion of its users are not actual real people, that materially changes the deal. So thus far, Twitter has stood by its numbers, which it says have been measured via processes that have been accepted by the SEC in the past. Now it's looking to hand over all the information that it can to Musk's team. What do you think about this, Chris?
I think he's right to ask it because I
I do
think
too.
a high majority of Twitter is fake. What's
So
the
yeah.
what's the
So
what's
what?
what was
So
the
right, what happens if he finds out like 20% of them are fake?
he's going to get them down in price. It's a
Yeah.
negotiating tactic. He still knows what he wants to do with it. I mean, the problem with Twitter is that it was raised to be fake. I mean, of all the like, it was the
Yeah.
only one that was because when you think of trolls, the number one spot I think is
Twitter.
Twitter. The second one I think is YouTube. Those are the
Yeah.
two things I always think. And Twitter, when I'm executing Twitter campaigns for clients for the last 13 years, one of the main portions is removing fake accounts on a daily basis. So,
Mm.
in order to get account health and to get engagement on your accounts, you need people that are actually quality, not quantity. And we would get client accounts that they were just following a whole bunch of weird people. And you look into it, and it's like big boob Sally, triple X. And then you look at it, and she's never tweeted. She's an egg. She's no one. And then it's either rappers, strippers, porn stars, and they're all fake, or people that have so many consonants in their name that they're unpronounceable. And there's so many fake accounts.
There's so many fake accounts.
I mean, come on, if we look at like if you add a celebrity into a search, how many accounts are you going to pull up? There's so many fake ones that they had to have verified accounts because there were so many fake accounts. So you knew which was real. So I think it's a negotiation tactic.
Yeah,
Personally.
but you think this deal will still go through, but that he's just going to get their price down?
I think that's what he's going to do, but I don't know what kind of stuff they're giving him because Twitter is notoriously shady with everything and slow. They're the worst customer service. They block and kill accounts for absolutely no reason, and then you just can't get them back. And I'm sorry, that's it. You're locked out. You're in Twitter jail, as it's called internally
Mm-hmm.
here, and it's just a bad business model. So go
Have
ahead.
have I ever told you that I have a friend whose husband lives to get put in Facebook jail? He just posts
Oh, I
stuff
think
all the
so.
time on purpose to see what will get him into Facebook jail. And he and his friend have like an ongoing duel to figure out who can get in Facebook jail more.
Uh, well, usually a schlong will do it.
I don't think he's doing that, but
Well, I mean, if he wants to win,
but she's been so upset by his Facebook activity, she unfriended her own husband on Facebook.
that's great.
All right,
Okay,
should we?
so you love this, right? That's your counterpoint.
Yeah,
I knew it.
love it.
Just because your morbid
Hunk of
closet
cheese.
says yes. That's
Says
why you
what?
showed me that shed because you were going to expand
Yes, my shrine to Elon
your
Musk.
your musky shrine. Yeah, because I was gonna you're like Tesla. All right.
Okay, let's move on to cash or trash.
Oh my God. Oh,
I love that you put an extra syllable in that.
duh.
Yeah.
Everyone's so thirsty for me. Okay, so Taco Bell opens futuristic new location in Minnesota.
Actually, look at these pictures. Wait, should we do a screen share?
Yeah, we can
And
do
by
that.
we, I mean you.
Yeah, that means me. Hold on.
Because I apparently.
Let me close these porn windows. Okay, let me go. All right, here we go. Look at this. This is the future. Yeah, touch screens. Delivery from the ceiling. Touch screens. Delivery
They're
from
not-
the ceiling.
They're not delivering from the ceiling.
Yeah, the whole restaurant's up top.
Really?
Yeah, it's a story.
Oh my
I saw
god.
it a few days ago on the national news. So after, just
Talk about a
imagine
company
ordering a
actually like
Mexican.
creating a story by doing something newsworthy.
Yeah, look at them.
It's like the
Not just a
opposite of
Doja
Apple.
Cat
Mm.
clickbait. So, so after ordering, imagine that after ordering a Mexican pizza or a Baja Blast on your phone, you drive up to a screen at the front of one of four drive-through lanes, scan a QR code, and have your order descend from the restaurant overhead through a tubular contraption. You've secured the bag in less than 2 minutes with zero human interaction. You consume the bag of meaningless calories that will make you no longer fit into any of your clothes. You projectile vomit out the window as you drive away from eating all of the processed, not real meat and all of the Baja Blast. God, Taco Bell. Talk about get a new pair of pants after eating it. I mean, like it's a you're a Taco Bell fan. You love because you're a big meat eater.
No to both.
But
However,
it's not.
I will say, as much as Chris is making fun of this,
Uh-huh.
I think this is a very smart move.
Oh, this is great. I think this is
I
great.
mean,
I don't wouldn't
I
trash.
mean, I would cash this all day long.
I would cash this for sure. And the only thing I don't like is there has to be people milling about. Do you know what I mean? Like there has to be like workers there because I don't know if we've met the world, but they don't like, oh, I'll order it on my phone and then I'll scan my QR code. You
Right.
know that they're scanning it like this, like with the wrong end, like with the back end of the phone or their eyes are like looking into it, the scanner. Like I think that there's going to be a lot of issues with it.
I mean, my parents wouldn't have no idea what to do.
Yeah. Parents, target audience for Taco Bell.
Definitely not.
Yeah, my parents aren't either. That Taco Bell
So
is kind of
they must know
40 and
their
below.
audience. Must be the millennials and younger, mostly.
Yeah. Well, when your Dorito Gordito taco comes down in the tube from the ceiling, the magic begins. Let me get it out of the tube. And you know it's gonna be like, you know it's gonna be a bag. It's not gonna fit the tube. You're like, oh, give me a taco. And you're like, get your taco. I'm just like, oh, this is great. Mm,
Yum.
yum. Love that taco. I cashed this. I love it.
Okay, cash it. Love it too. All right, let's get into Heineken.
Oh yeah. Heineken's devising a bottle opener that shuts down work apps.
It's very clever. As a concept, but what?
Well,
So
it developed
I
a function. It's a functional gadget that closes work applications when cracking a brew. Part of a new push to address growing work-life imbalance under the pandemic.
oh no, it's
Um,
like that's all the rage now, right? They just did that. What was the other? What did we just talk about that they did that too? A Grubhub.
oh
Remember?
yeah.
And they shut down all the restaurants in New York City because they offered free lunch to New Yorkers.
No one's eating that much anymore. It's like, give me a break. No, they're getting okay. Let me tell you, people, you're all eating. Food's coming from the ceiling now. Like
Ah!
everyone's my taco. I just can't get it. I just can't get it. Ugh. Order has arrived. Cheese everywhere. So what do I
Cheese
think about this?
everywhere.
How cute. How cute is this? This is just the
It's cute.
cutest thing. This
It's
is cute.
cute. It's cute. I want to see how functional it is. Let's see. I mean,
Ah, yeah.
as a concept, I give it an A. But let's see if it's actually practical. Wait, I want to.
Well, in
Did we
order
watch
for
the
everyone to
should we?
understand a lot, we
The
have to show
campaign film is 2 minutes. I don't want to watch 2 minutes about this.
no. Oh wow, look, it's Heineken. Oh, I love drinking on a rooftop. We're all interns. Where are you interning at?
My
I'm interning at the Zoom call. Oh, shut up, dude. Here you go.
God, it's like
Oh, oh no, my app's turned off. What happened? Well, it's because I had a beer. Oh, all right. Hey, do you have
okay.
the Google
Any
Sheets password?
anybody not on video, what is happening right now is that Chris is basically providing audio for the video that we're sharing on share screen, and he's doing it like What were the two little robots at the front of the auditorium that they used to make fun of movies and they would do the voices?
Oh, Mystery Science Theater.
Yes, Mystery
Oh, I'm
Science.
taking a. Do you have the Google password?
Right now, Chris is doing Mystery Science Theater to the
I
Heineken,
am.
the closer
Oh,
video.
let's have a caucus. So what are we gonna do? How are we gonna make life better? Oh, let's pass around Heineken. Here we go. I'm from Luxembourg. Oh my God, they're doing a fake newscaster promote the news release of this.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
God, this is so. Shut up! Shut up,
Okay.
Heineken.
All right, we made it. We made it through 2 minutes of that video. All
Okay, so everyone, if you want to see
completely.
that, it's on our Patreon channel. Check it
We'll
out.
we will put the link in the show notes so that you can actually watch the real video, and not Chris's interpretation of it.
Yeah,
Although Chris's interpretation is arguably much better.
yeah. There's a lot of young professional interns that all went to Old Navy and H&M for their costumes, and then they got like twinkle lights on a rooftop and turned all the lights out, and then put buckets of Heineken out, and then suddenly we're in New York. So I just want to help you get transported there. If you ever want to do that, twinkle lights, turn your lights down, bucket of Heineken, New York.
Okay, I actually have to say I'm gonna cash this. I think
Okay,
it's a
good.
clever
We'll get you
idea.
one for Christmas.
I don't drink beer, but
Well, what if you every time you opened up
I'll
a
give it
Topo
to Kyle.
Chico?
That's true. Or I'll give it. No, Kyle drinks a beer in a can though, so yeah. Anyway,
Well, Heineken, hello. What happened to the other brands? What about the can people?
right, exactly.
Maybe you can get like rig that son of a bitch into like the pull tab. You can just get. Oh, my Zoom's off.
I
Party
mean,
time.
how about this? How about you just open your beer and then stop working?
Or what you could do, go down to CVS and get one of those phone jails for families. Get your phone, put it in the plastic jail. Do you know what I'm talking about? They have
No,
like
is
these
that a
little
thing?
cages because kids are on their phone during dinner time. So you can buy these little cages
And
and
if
then
the kids are using their phone at dinner, you put them in phone jail?
you put them in phone jail.
Oh my god, I love that.
So this is for people. So basically, the Heineken idea is for people that are bottle beer drinkers that shop at H&M.
Okay. I still think target audience considered, it's a cash. What about for you?
I think it's a trash. I don't like it. I don't like how big it is.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like how big it is. And I also I don't like
I mean, you don't have like how big the device is that shuts off the apps.
I don't like the actual look of it, the feel of it.
Okay.
It looks really clunky, and also, it's not going to work. So
Oh,
it's
it's
just
not
like,
gonna work. I still think it's a good PR move. I think PR cash, practical trash.
yeah, maybe, yeah, or work hard, play hard. I say keep working, get have a six pack. Work until 12 o'clock, free six pack. I don't know.
All right. All right. Let's get into the
Oh,
next
God.
cash or trash, which is that Chevrolet's WhatsApp game is driving awareness of texting and driving dangers. Hopefully people are not using the game while driving. Chevrolet Brazil developed a mobile game for WhatsApp to drive awareness around the danger of texting and driving. The effort coincides with Yellow May, International Awareness Month for reducing traffic accidents. Will be supported with promotions on Instagram stories and Twitter. This
Mhm.
is very convoluted. I mean, this is not our walkabout around the globe like the other one, but this is bad.
Yeah.
Mobile users can access the Zap Racing game on the chat app by typing "Hello" to Chevrolet. Messages populate the screen with emojis. I feel like you'd need like an instruction booklet just to just to use the game. Messages populate the screen with emojis showing a car getting increasingly close to obstacles like trees, bikers, and other cars. While players can move their vehicle by responding with commands in the chat, the game gets more difficult with each stage. This sounds so boring.
So boring. Okay, so
So boring.
what I would say is that this rendition of the execution of the concept is trash, but the concept, imagine if, like, okay, dear Chevrolet, Brazil, if you want to get involved with the metaverse, what could be very interesting is if you were to do a full VR version of this, and then you can still do the texting feature using the keypads and still do the exact same thing in a much more visceral, much more effective way, rather than going back to an 8-bit design that Super Mario would turn their nose up at. I mean, this is like, I mean, it's me, Mario. It's like not, it's not, I don't.
Sonic the Hedgehog era.
Oh, Sonic. No, no, this is even Sonic the Hedgehog. This is kind of like
Well,
Atari.
this is like the beginning Mario's with the levels where you have to knock the
Oh yeah,
pads
the
upside down.
original Mario Brothers. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
the real plumbing ones. It was heavy plumbing in those ones. It's like it was less
They were
just
all,
yeah.
so many things coming out of those pipes, man.
Yeah. Oh my god. And it's nonstop pipage, and you have to keep on getting like your head hurt. I mean, they didn't give them these tiny little cotton hats.
Yeah.
Didn't protect their heads. Dear Chevrolet Brazil, this is trash. But
Trash.
this is gonna be cash or toilet. I'm flushing this one. But I do think that this concept has legs with VR.
Yeah, I still think it's too convoluted as well. I think it's too many steps between why WhatsApp, why yeah, why are there all these steps to have this happen?
Yeah.
But
It feels like every step is going to be getting you further down some sort of retargeting rabbit hole. And
yeah,
then what you're going
exactly.
to get, what's going to happen after you do this one time? You get that fucking Heineken turn off your work life balance beer opener ad for the rest of your life.
And then you get tacos descending from the sky.
That's from heaven. Oh my god.
All right.
Can I eat this? That was
Should
my
we-
that's always what Taco Bell my thought is. Like when I see it come out of the bag, I'm like, oh, what
Is
is
that
it? What
it's
is it?
food.
It's like, huh. Is that lettuce? Oh, okay. Yellow.
It's but it's
Yellow. The one extra piece that I want to bring up in this one is that one I shared with you the other day in our chat, which was Belvitas. This is a bonus cash or
oh
trash.
my god, yes, bonus cash or trash. This is amazing. Yes, Chris texted me that I needed this.
Okay, and this
Are you
is
gonna
something I'm
screen
going to
share
get for
this?
April for Hanukkah. Okay, so here we go. This is Belvita cheese scented nail polish. Okay, do I need to say anything else? If you like cheese and you like cheese on your nails, then this is where you want to go.
The scent is where it gets really crazy for me. Because
Yeah.
everyone knows that you never have nail polish that has a scent. So why would you put cheese as the scent you want in your nail? You'd just be constantly like, should I wash my hands? Like, cheese.
So it's part. So the makers of your favorite liquid gold recently partnered with UK brand Nails Inc. to create a scented nail polish that smells just like your favorite cheesy goodness. By the way, I hate Velveeta.
It's not cheese.
It's not cheese. It's cheese food or something, isn't it? It's sold out just 9 hours after launching, but it's back in stock while supplies last.
It's sold out because they had 5 in stock.
And it's available in finger food, which is a bright red, or La Dolce Velveeta, which is an aptly named orange. And the formula goes on creamy and smooth, and the two shades are made to be worn together, folks. So get with it. Get that statement finger ready for the red. What do we think about this, April?
I mean, it's so. I think they're going for the so weird to get news coverage, which happened. But beyond that, what the hell are they thinking? What does Velveeta have to do with this nail brand? What does this nail brand have to do with Velveeta? Why did this happen? Is this like two stoners that were friends and got together and just decided to do a brand collab? Like I don't understand. I don't
I
understand
see.
how this happened.
This is where I worry, though. This is where I worry. I can just imagine someone like smoking a doobie and then just like opening up, like, oh, what do I have around the house? Oh, what's this?
And they're gonna eat the nail polish.
Or someone's going to put it on something.
Well, and that'll be a real lawsuit, unlike the parents that are suing Meta.
I know.
Because if you ate nail polish that smells like Velveeta.
I mean, what if that? But I do like the smell of nail
Oh.
polish, so that's kind of like ruined it for me.
Do you?
Yeah,
That's
I like
weird.
the smell of it
Weird.
because it reminds me of my mom doing her nails when I was little.
Oh, that's cute.
Mhm. So, and cheesy fingers reminds me of other things that I don't want to discuss this time. And so I don't think. Oh my god, that was a wind-up reaction over there. Sounded like a leaky raft. But
Oh,
but yeah. So I'm going to trash this because
trashy.
it's trashy. Yeah,
Trash also.
yeah. But again, if you are using one of our approved items from earlier in our series, the baloney mask, this is
Yes,
definitely a
it's
good one.
perfect.
And it's good also. It looks really nice. It sets off your Hidden Valley Ranch Crocs. If you have a
Hmm.
pair of those rocking around your closet, you're weird. But yeah, I'm not judging, but judging. So that seems like that's all for
I think
today,
I think
apes.
that that's all we got. I'm not apes. Don't call me apes.
Come on, apes.
No, stop with that. I'm gonna start calling you Just
Okay, real.
risk.
So, folks, hey, thanks for joining us for another episode of Hype Busters.
Thank you guys. Such a pleasure. If you have any questions about the news, companies, or conversations from the show this week, please find our contact details in the show notes below and hit us up.
Our DMs are always open for the news companies and suggestions you want to hear about next. So, if you're looking for a chance to put your brand in the hot seat, we want to hear from you. We're thinking about the brand's going to put your brand in the hot seat. It's going to be really hot. So, just want to let you warn you there.
It's gonna be as hot as Chris's laptop.
Oh my God. And no, know how hot it is? My laptop just turned on the fan. It's
All right.
it's melting
I
everything.
think it's just you because you're so hot.
Yeah, well, that's overriding opinion.
Yeah.
So,
Even since he was a child.
yep, exactly. Came out of the
Never
womb.
had trouble as a teenager.
Nope, never. I came out of the womb. I walked out, and my doctor picked me up, slapped my. Damn, that's a cute
Oh,
baby.
and he walked on the runway.
I walked right down the runway,
Just right down.
and in my infancy, I was thinking, God, will there be ever a day when I can get a taco from the ceiling?
Ah! All right. We'll see you next time for more real talk on strategic communications with Chris, him, and me, April.
All right, folks, we'll check you later. I'm Heineken tabbing you out, y'all. Work's over. Bye.
Bye.